Let's see. Lord, everything just came up saying that my update is complete. I don't know what my update is. Let's see if the notifications go out. I'm going to check on my end if I can see my live stream. I can. Good deal. That's half the battle. So, let's see. Yay, success! The notifications must have gone out. Yay, hello Yo-Yo Shine and Seraphine, Krista Marie, Angel Mary, Aaron Cooper, LGGG, Crystal Smith, Kirsten Alvarado. Hello, hello. Happy Friday to y'all too. Yay. Awesome, awesome. Ah, we've made it. We've made it. I'm running late and Penelope's got a lazy eye over here. Oh, it dropped down for a second and then it went back up. Let's see if I can just tap at her enough. There it goes. All right. Sorry, Penelope, that I have to flick you in the eyeball to get you to correct yourself. Sugarstone, hello. You said, hey, caught alive after so long. Happy Friday. Well, happy Friday to you too. Excited that you get to be here with us. Yes. Oh, man, y'all. Every time we get on here on a Friday, I'm like, it has been a week. I guess every week making it to Friday means it has been a week and we made it to Friday. Lord. Hopefully y'all are doing okay today, perking all right. I have no idea what we're going to talk about today. I reckon we will determine that together as a group to see what we'll talk about, whether or not we'll do any mini readings on anything. So we'll see what y'all have to say. Yo-Yo Shine says, sorry, gotta go. Have a little event I need to attend. Completely understandable. Thank you for poking in for a little bit. I hope you have a great rest of your day and the event goes well. Ren Hennigar, hello, hello. Angel Mary says, you should get Penelope a little reindeer get up for December. Oh my gosh, y'all. If I sat here and I decorated this thing, I wonder if I thought, I'm starting so many sentences without finishing one first. I feel like I'm looking up in my closet here in the, my office closet. I used to have some little Christmas stuff up there, but it might have gotten put in the attic. If I did have Christmas stuff up there, then I have a regular size Santa hat that I could slump over the thing and it would probably take up the entire microphone. But yeah, I think that might have been gotten put in the attic. I wonder if there's anything on my desk that I can use in the time being just to be funny or cute. I don't think so. Damn. Missed opportunities here. Ugh. But that would be so funny. Angel Mary putting little, if I got some antlers to stick down into the foam, just like how these stick into the foam. Because, sorry, Penelope, I have it on little thumbtacks that I just stick into the... Okay, gotta see what I'm doing here. That I just stick in... Oh, that didn't help. I'm like, let me look at what I'm doing here. Then I ended up with that. Okay, bitch, did you really look at what you were doing here? Or... did you still wing it? That's about right. But yeah, that's such a good idea, Angel Mary, that I could, just to be festive for seasonal things, if I could just find little things that I can do, like how I put the thumbtack on the backs of these and stick them in. I have more thumbtacks. I have all kinds of stuff that I could rig up and poke things around and have a Christmas one, an Easter one, Thanksgiving one. I could get crazy with it. I need to calm down. That's a great idea. But knowing me, I would try to find a way to theme it to everything. Like if we did a video about aliens, I'd want to try to do like something alien oriented on it. If we did like a theme about, you know, US government, I'd want it to have like Trump hair or something like that, you know, things like that. So it's like, man, you've given me too many ideas. I'm going to write it down. I'm not going to allow myself to go crazy, which means I might not allow myself to do it at all if I think I can't do it and be reasonable. If I think already there's no way to do this without going from 0 to 100 and being completely unreasonable, then I won't let myself do it. But I'm going to write it down just so I could take a peek into some ideas and see if there's a way to be reasonable about it. Because I get a little extra. I'm not going to lie. Let me write it down. Angel Mary giving me some ideas and I'm taking it too far. So let's see. Penelope ideas. Yeah. All right. Got it written down. Mogo, hello. And Heather Marie, hello. Chatty, hello. Chica, hello to you as well. And Dawn Shoot, hi. Yay. We've made it. Ren Hennigar, Dollar Tree or Michael's would have items. You know, I could really get lost in a Michael's. I'm just gonna write down, because there is a Michael's over in like an area that's about 25-minute drive from here. And we'll have to be out that way at some point before the 27th. So I might convince my husband, like, hey, let's just swing by the Michaels real quick. Oh, gosh. Wow, I wrote that completely illegibly. Even I couldn't read it. Let me try again. Michaels. There we go. I need to calm down because that stuff has expense and I am stripped for cash at the moment. I gotta wait till I can save back up from all these vet bills and stuff I've been paying recently. But I like having these things down here. We'll be thinking about it because technically I could start at any time. It doesn't have to be right now. I can wait till I save back up and then I can start at any time. So I like these ideas. Thank y'all. Don Shoot's like, my husband knows that's a trap. Mine probably does too. He just, bless his heart, has an awful lot of patience. Me and my 70% fire. In my natal chart, I was not blessed with very much patience. He has like a total balance of all the 4 different elements in his chart, a total pristine little balance. And he is just nothing but balance and patience and all of that out the yazoo. And I'm like, well, at least one of us is, because even if I train myself to try to be, it just doesn't happen. It is completely inorganic. When I am patient, know that it is fake and forced. It is not natural. It hurts to be patient. Ren Hennigar's like, that's why I love Dollar Tree. True. I do have some Dollar Trees close by. Angel Mary's like, little antlers and a Rudolph nose. Little Rudolph nose. Wouldn't be expensive. You can make it with paper. Really true. And I got like a lot of different sticky notes and stuff. So sticky notes can be clipped into different kind of colors. And you can like, just like how I'm going to, sorry Penelope, I'm doing it again. But just like how I glued the eyeball onto the back of a push pin, you can glue like little sticky note cutouts and stuff like that and put them on the back of, yeah, touche. I could get crafty and make my own if I'm creative enough to make it look like what I want it to look like. Knowing me, I would try to cut out something to look like antlers, and instead it would look like a coral reef or something like that on the top of the head. It would be like, What did you do here? I can't tell the theme. I don't know what I'm looking at. That would be my luck. Oh, gosh. Let's see. Where am I? Did I jump comments? Where did I go? Am I here? LGGG saying Penelope needs her own ugly Christmas sweater. The ideas abound. The ideas abound. I have them written down. I'll think on it. We'll see, because that also takes extra time, and I've been stripped for time as well. I've been stripped for money and stripped for time. That happens. Hashtag adulting. It happens. It will get better, I'm sure. It will get better. Life tends to do like this, so whenever it's down, it tends to go back up again eventually. Use tree branches. I got some, I've got plenty of tree crap outside. I bet I could find a leaf right now that's shaped like antlers and stick the leaves in the top. Teddy's bringing leaves inside all the time, contraband inside the house. So, I'm sure I could. Oh man, y'all. It sounds like we're having a hell of a Friday with us talking about creative, decorative things for Penelope, and that's what we're using our first 10 minutes of the live stream on. Sounds like all of us have probably been doing so much like regular braining on intense things that cause burnout to the point that we're all like, let's think about some silly, ridiculous shit right now because it's fun and lighthearted and easy and feels restorative compared to what else we've had to brain about. Sounds like we're all in that boat right now. It's not just me. There are some of you as well. Dinosaur Ivan 88, hello. And Ileana Cano, hello. Another fizzy drink recommendation. De la Calle, Tepache Chili Mango. Okay. I'm writing this down. So, it is De la Calle and Tepache Chili Mango. I love tepache. I make something that I call tepache. I know it's not, but for me, it's my version of it, that I make water kefir, which is a probiotic, fermented soda of sorts, a healthy probiotic fermented soda drink. I make that with water kefir grains, and whenever I do a second ferment on it with chopped up pineapple, then I call it my tepache, because technically it does taste very similar to any time I've gotten street tepache. It's tasted very similar because they're both fermented. They're both kind of sweet. They both can, if you drink a lot of it or chew too much of the fermented fruit, can make you feel a little bit spinny. And they both have that, probiotic, bubbly kind of whatever. It's just that my version is a little bit more on the healthy end and a little bit less on the trying to have some alcohol content in it end. But I call it my tepache because it tastes like that, and I'm like, oh, look at me go. So let me see, let me write it down. Tepache chili mango. Okay. Chili mango. My husband would like that too, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. Fizzy drink. Whoop whoop. Thank you, ma'am. Hello. Awesome. Don Shoot says, yep, getting my refreshments for my son's senior recital. Oh, senior recital. He's almost through his senior year of college. Oh, wow. Well, congratulations to y'all. Aw, Ileana. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. That's very sweet of you. You don't have to keep giving me recommendations and then paying for the recommendations or whatever. That's really sweet of you. It makes me sweat. I don't know how to handle it. Oh man, today I don't even have a fizzy drink with me. I know, shock and awe. Shock and awe. I wanted to have a fizzy drink with me, but technically I've already drank a lot of fizzy water today, and so I was a little bit scared, like, am I going to be burping on here, farting on here, or having like other forms of like refluxy gas from too much fizzy drinks? So I did make myself grab this instead. It's a little protein water. It's got... Everything's opposite on here. Okay. It's got 15 grams of protein in this bottle. And so it's just a little protein water with a tiny bit of a taste of berry in it. And I've told myself, you have to drink this because you've been low on your protein here lately. And you did yoga this morning and you fucked up your shoulder a little bit. So you need to do recovery measures. So you need to do your damn protein. So I told myself I had to do that. So technically I've already drank a lot of fizzy water today. And right now I have made myself drink a protein water instead. Sad day, sad day. I would much prefer if it had bubbles. For me, like fizzy stuff, I don't know. I love that sensory stuff. I like need it. Everything flat just doesn't taste refreshing. If it has fizz, suddenly it's 18 million times more refreshing. And so it just feels like I really drank something. I really restored myself. I really gave the gift of something to myself. What a special treat. And so this is flat protein water. Bleh. It tastes fine. It tastes like water. And a little hint of berry. And it has protein. Ren Hinagar, you said, so all is good with you? Any visions or feels? Conspiracy theories coming to light? Interesting questions. Good questions. So, in terms of is all good with me, I don't know. Life is lifing, so yes and no. I guess for most people that would probably be their answer. Like, sure, things are good, and also things are not so great, and that's the nature of life nowadays for a lot of us, isn't it? Any visions or feels? I feel like there have been a lot of things coming up in my public little YouTube videos here lately where there's been a lot of, I guess you could call them visions of things that are like, wow, we saw this theme in that video too. And wow, this other video was saying this kind of thing as well. And piggybacking on this, we were seeing that a couple years ago that the cards were kind of alluding to going in this direction. So there's been a lot of kind of like that happening where stuff is coming up a lot, lots of themes that I'm hearing repeated a lot, and it's like, well, damn, okay. So some of it is kind of intense stuff, big changes, big directional shifts and things like that. So yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about that because change can be good, but change is also uncomfortable and can be a little bit scary and can bring some challenges as well. So I guess guess we need to buckle up, huh? Conspiracy theories coming to light. I don't know. I guess I'd have to think about that. I'm not sure if anything I've done recently I've been paying well, I don't even know what I've done recently by way of conspiracy theories. Truth be told, let me see. Let me just skim through my little video list and see if I've done one that was called that recently. I think it's been a minute maybe that I've had a reading on something like that. Because I've gone through and looked through June of this year, just kind of scrolling down my video list, and haven't seen any in that amount of time. So, that's a good question. I'd have to look that up. Beth says, by the way, you look so much like your mom. Passed by the house today. How is she faring? Oh Lord. Yeah, I sometimes I'll look at myself and I'll see both of my parents in me. Like with my dad, I feel like it's my face and head shape and ears and all of that, but then in terms of the actual features on my face and stuff, I'll see my mom in me a lot. And so it's interesting when you look in the mirror and you see things that you notice looks like one parent or the other, and it's a strange feeling. It's a strange feeling. I mean, I reckon she's doing all right considering, got some mobility issues and things. I think her, knees are bothering her, her hips are bothering her, and all that kind of stuff. So aging can be a bitch sometimes. I know I don't feel like a spring chicken anymore myself here pushing 40. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess a little bit of the good with a little bit of the bad. And here we are. Sweet of you to ask. LGGG says, been a busy week of work and helping my newly single mom friend search for her lost fur baby. Oh no, a lost fur baby. I hope that y'all find the baby. That kind of stuff is like really sad and scary. I know my husband's got a complex about stuff like that because he's had a dog in the past where they spent all this time and money to treat the dog for heartworms, and finally it was healed, and then the cage, they had to keep it in a kennel for that time. Like the vet said, literally, if while we're doing heartworm treatment, if you allow the dog to get active and their heart rate goes up, it will kill them, and so you have to literally keep them crated. And so they stayed, they did everything they were supposed to do, kept the puppy in the crate and everything, and finally when the treatment was over and they opened the crate, the puppy got free, like out, and ran off, and somebody must have stolen the baby because they never recovered it, and it was gone forever. And so he's got like a complex about that, and obviously any fur mom is always freaked out about those kinds of things. I've had several scares myself with our back gate being open and then finding like Teddy or Scooter out in the front yard and being like, oh my gosh, come here, I thought I lost you, oh no. And then it's like, oh, thank God we found you, or whatever. So I'm just hoping that y'all find the fur baby, sending out all the love and positive thoughts and prayers that y'all find the fur baby, because that is a very scary and anxiety-ridden situation. Been there, done that. Do not recommend. Oh, Wendy Sells 225. Member for 48 months is crazy. 4 years with the Perk Squad. What a great time it's been. Thankful for you. Well, we are thankful for you too. I am thankful for you, Wendy Sells 225. I can't believe it. That's insane. 48 months. Just wild. Absolutely wild. Thank you, ma'am. Happy to have you here. Oh, gosh. I feel like I don't even remember having the Perk Squad that long, but I guess so. I guess the proof is right here on the screen. Shit. LGGG says, feels good to giggle with B. Well, good. I guess I get giggly all the time because I find myself absolutely ridiculous, and life is absolutely ridiculous, and I just can't with myself. And so there it goes. Dawn Shoot says, LOL, I call that the bubble guts. Oh yeah, with me and my, I was like, I don't think I need to like slow it down on the carbonated beverages right now. That says you're the perfect amalgamation. I am indeed an amalgamation. Aw, you said your dad is getting dementia from Parkinson's, so I feel ya. Oh God, I hate that. Lord, yeah, just first of all, like things happening with parents, it's a whole different animal than other stuff. Like people will be like, oh, my aunt passed or my grandfather passed, so I understand. And it's like, well, you empathize, but you don't get it till you lose a parent, especially when you're close to or whatever. And then it's like losing one is one thing. Watching changes happen is another thing. It's hard to see people struggle. It's hard to watch your parents change, into different versions of themselves. If they're struggling with any kind of medical issues, noticing any kind of physical or mental or emotional changes is tough. Becoming parents for your parents is tough. All kinds of things. Like, there's a lot of different stuff that I know happens. And we're all on various different, paths with that. Some of us here have already lost all our parents. Some of us here, our parents are still young. Some of us here have one or the other. Some of us here maybe never had parents or only had one, or, stuff like that. So I know it's like we kind of run the gamut of all of those different types of life experience here, but each unique set of circumstances comes with quite a lot to kind of have to deal with. Hey, this is a very reflective week for me. If you can't tell, I keep staring off into space and just be like thinking about all of it, because it's just, you get to be reflective and stuff when there's a lot going on in the world and it's becoming holiday season. And, in the holiday seasons, a lot of times we grow up with certain traditions, and then traditions change over time and evolve into something else. Maybe old traditions stop and you create new traditions and things like that. And so it makes it be like a very reflective time, especially as you think about what's changed because your family has changed, or because your age has changed, or, because you've lost some people or gained some people, or stuff like that. And so it is a reflective time for a lot of us, and that kind of stuff gets me thinking. So I'm sorry that y'all are going through that with your dad. I really like your dad, obviously. I really like your mom, obviously. I really like your entire family. And so I hate to hear that. Ugh. LGGG says it's such a sad story. I'm assuming talking about like with Julio and their doggy when they were kids. He said you feel the same way as him, going on 72 hours, and appreciate all the prayers and positive thoughts. Gosh, 72 hours. I know that gets extra scary, because it's kind of like, it really is like when you see the first 48 or whatever on TV, where the cops are like, it's easiest to solve a crime if you can solve it in under 48 hours, because like the more time that goes by, the more things that could happen. And so the harder it gets to really kind of have that. So I know that makes it scary. I'm really hoping that it's possible to share a positive story in case it helps, lift spirits and maybe bring some hope back. There was, back when I lived in the kind of Lexington, West Columbia area, like a decade ago or so, maybe more than that. I don't know how long ago it was. It was a while. But I lived in a house and was either going to work or coming home from work or something like that. And either way, I was driving really close to my house and thought I saw something running through a yard. Like, it looked real fast, but it looked bigger than like a squirrel or something. So I was like, and I slowed down and I looked, and I was like, is that a little dog? And as I looked and saw, like, is that a little dog? I looked up, and there was like a missing wanted type of little poster attached to a light pole that said like missing Yorkie, please, answers to this name, please, contact such and such, if you can get a hold of her, da 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 da. And so, long story short, I ended up pulling the car over on the side of the road, trying to sweet talk this little Yorkie, trying to chase her down and get her to feel comfortable with me so I could grab her and all of that kind of stuff. And I finally got a hold of her and got her in my car and went home with her and called the number on the little light pole poster, and apparently it was a family of 4, parents and 2 children, and it was their family Yorkie, their family dog, and the puppy had been missing for 4 days, and they were currently on vacation. Like, the puppy had gone missing right before vacation, and they stressed with, do we call off the vacation and lose all the money that we sunk into it because we can't get it a refund, or do we go on vacation so we don't lose the money, and then our baby is still lost? And they were struggling with that, and it had been so many days that the baby was already lost that the dad was trying to have a voice of reason and say, listen, Our puppy has already been lost for this many days. That means it's very unlikely that we're going to find her. She's probably either been stolen or is no longer alive. You know, we already paid this money. The kids need this vacation. Let's go, kind of thing. And he's like, you've already got the posters up and around. If by chance somebody finds the dog, they'll call you. And so when I called her, she was just shocked and beyond belief that we had found the puppy. She asked me, I'm sorry, but can you please take some pictures of her so that we can make sure it's really her? So how does she know we're not a scammer playing tricks and stuff like that? So we were taking pictures and stuff, and they're like, oh my God, it is her, it really is her. And so I told her, I was like, well, it's okay, I'm a dog mom myself, I totally get it about, wanting good things for your baby is really dirty and matted right now. If it's okay, I'll give her a bath, I'll brush her up, we'll feed her, we'll keep her until y'all come home from vacation and all that kind of stuff. And so we had her for an entire weekend while they were on vacation. We cleaned her up, we got her checked out, we did all the stuff, we kept her happy and comfy and warm and everything until the family got back from vacation, and they came and got her, and they were so beyond excited and shocked and happy. And it was a really good little heartwarming time where they got their little fur baby back. And so it can happen, it does happen sometimes. Don't want to lose hope, so I'm still rooting for y'all to find the fur baby too, and hoping that even if it's tough, that we can keep up some hope and see if we can get a happy ending to that story too. So yeah. Oh goodness. Laura Luke, hello. Beth says, me and my dad were always super close. Yeah, I definitely remember. He's completely turned into someone mean and harsh. Oh no, it's devastating. I don't know if you can remember my grandma. Yes, I was her hospice care, so I've seen it before. It sucks, but it's life. I, of course, remember your grandma. I loved her. And I hate to hear that he's become mean and harsh. It happens a lot with people that have dementia, Alzheimer's, any kind of memory care type needs and issues and things like that. And it's really tough to see people, get confused and get frustrated with their confusion and take their, frustration out on the people that's closest to them. And I know especially it's got to be tough for your dad because, I remember your dad as, the jokester and stuff. He was, the funny guy. He was, the comedian dad that always had something funny to say. I remember I have this memory so, I literally think about this probably once a week. I shit you not, I literally think about this memory of your dad and hanging out with you at least once a week. And I don't know why it stays in my brain, but I cannot help it. We were, too young to be watching TV that has nudity and stuff in it. We were too young for that, but somehow we had it on the TV, and there was a scene where there was this woman that she got wet and had to take all of her clothes off or got them all stripped off of her or whatever. And when she was there naked, she was like that, and she went down to cover her crotch with both her hands. And so instead of covering her crotch with one hand and then putting her other hand across her boobs to cover her boobs, instead of doing that like people in normal life would do, this is a movie, and the movie is going to sell better if we have a girl doing partial nudity and showing her big knockers on the screen, right? So of course she grabs her crotch with both of her hands and both her boobs are all out and stuff like that. And we're staring at the TV uh-oh, I don't think we were supposed to be watching this scene. I didn't know this was going to be in this movie. And it was literally all of us. It was you and Jared and me and Alma and your dad. And we were all just because we didn't know that was going to happen. And then they said something on the show about a BJ. And Jared looked at your dad and he said something along the lines of like, you don't know what a BJ is, or I bet you don't know what a BJ is, or something like that. And I was just sweating it out. And your dad was like, oh, come on, I know it doesn't mean book journal. And I just remember him being like, I know it doesn't mean book journal. And just gave us this kind of look. It was like, here, come on now. Let's change this. And he changed the TV on us and made us watch something else. But it was a hilarious moment that we're all like, oh my God. He's like, oh, it doesn't mean book journal. And I just cannot stop thinking about that. Like I said, I think about it like every week, and I don't know why it stays in there. I don't know if you remember that. For whatever reason, I do. And it's just, that's how I think of your dad. So, man, I hate it when things change from stuff like that, but I'm glad that we have those kinds of memories that we can cling on to when stuff gets tough. Man. Aaron Cooper, hello. And thank y'all, everyone being supportive. Let's see. Ren Hennigar says there are reports and videos that say local organic honey and cinnamon will help with dementia. Try and get myself now just in case it works. I'm sure that there's a lot of things that, like how people will say, things like coconut oil can assist people who are going through memory issues and stuff like that because, it helps to, I think it's like cholinergic and things like that, and it helps to, better coat the neurons so that they can be healthier and fire and stuff like that. So I think there are things out there that, are helpful in terms of like being supportive. I don't know about things that are, curative necessarily. But it's always good to have things that are supportive, that can help. I mean, as we know, like with me and all my neurological and mental emotional stuff that I've had my whole life, I know that there's some things that aren't going to cure it, but they're going to support it, and I'm damn sure going to use it. Like the fact that I know good sleep supports it. The fact that I know if I make sure I eat enough protein, that supports it because it builds healthy neurotransmitters. I know that if I take all of my vitamins so I don't have any deficiencies going on, that helps support it for me, and stuff like that. So there are things that I'll do that I'm like, I know it doesn't like cure things or fix things, but it helps me have more good days than not. And so I do the stuff because it's supportive. And so, yeah, I absolutely encourage people to find whatever supports them to have more good days than rough times, and hoping we can all find that and do it. Let's see. Emily Voldick, hello. You're not late. We're just chatting today. Today is a very chatty day. It seems like we've all kind of had a week and there's been a lot going on, and we're just using this space to just hang out and chat right now. So you are not late. We are not late. Let's see. GNXO, hello. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I love the little puppy emoji that you have, LGGG. It's so cute. And yes, I was so glad that we got the little puppy. I was like, and because I was thinking like, this would be perfect. I'm a little dog mom. I love little dogs. I do good with little dogs. Like I want to find this, missing little Yorkie. Like I know I could handle, like, I know I've never owned a Yorkie myself, but I've always had little dogs and stuff. Like I could be a good little dog foster until their family comes home. Like I know how to take care of them. I have the kind of food that they would want to eat. Like I know how to give them a little bath, like I know how to brush them out with little special brushes and stuff like that, and get their little mats out and their little tangles and with their little undercoats. I could do right by a little doggy. And so I was very glad that we got the opportunity to do it. She was kind of mean on the first day, but I think it was because she had just spent like a week outside running around scared and feral, and she was overstimulated and exhausted and in a new house with strangers, and so she was kind of mean. But once she got to really once she got clean and got a really good long night's sleep, she was a good girl. Yeah, she was very good after that. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of ha-has and stuff in the comments as I'm catching up. So that must be the boobs out story when you got some kids that should have been watching that stuff. We were probably in middle school, I'd say. Which maybe is normal for middle school kids these days to watch, partial nudity stuff. I don't know. But back in our day, that was frowned upon. Let's see. Beth says, LOL, I remember watching Terminator at 10. See, because I was like, we were probably in middle school. 10 is 5th grade, and for us, 5th grade, what was middle school? Well, yeah, because it was K through 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 through 12. Yeah, 4, 4, and 4 for us. So yeah, you said, yeah, I remember watching Terminator at 10. This doesn't surprise me. Dad was going to watch what he was going to watch. Imagine watching Eyes Wide Shut with your dad. And you're like, I loved her. He said, I don't remember it, but again, I 1000% know it's true. Yeah, because it's so interesting what we remember, because there'll be some things that you say you remember us doing, and I'll be like, okay, this sounds like it tracks. Totally believe you, but I don't know why it didn't implant in my memory. So it's so funny, the things that each of us remember. It's not necessarily shared memories, but it's stuff that we're like, now these are some puzzle pieces that we can put together. Emily Voldock says, oh my God, the doctor appointments I had to go to this week. Yes, for your son was nuts. 3 trips to Ottawa, 2 hours away in 1 week, but it ended great. So, woot woot. So, good Lord. I know this is not the same because I'm talking about my fur babies. I don't have actual, human children to relate. So I'm not, downgrading your son to fur child status as I'm just sharing my little thing. But yes, when I've had to take Teddy for his eye stuff or Scooter for his teeth stuff, those kinds of trips, going to Charleston, it's 2 hours away, going to Charlotte's an hour and a half away. And so I feel you with all those kind of medical trips for appointments or specialists or things like that. So I'm sure it was nerve-wracking to do that with a human baby, considering it's nerve-wracking for me to do it with fur babies. My goodness. Definitely sending prayers up for your son. I know you've had to do a lot of medical stuff, in the last year or so. And it's a lot to juggle sometimes. Life. Yeah. 0 with an H. Hello, hello. Shared universe. Yes. Agree. Denise, hello, Denise. Emily said, and we had snowstorms here too. No. I can't, I could, no. You know me. I can't even empathize with a snowstorm story, because just thinking about that makes me want to wither away inside. I can't handle snow. I can't handle snow, Emily. Emily, I woke up this morning freezing to death and feeling like my life was over and I will never feel my toes again because I had forgot to turn on the heat for the night and it was just off. And I looked at the thermostat and I was like, gasp! It's 63 Fahrenheit, which is, let me look up for you. So 63 Fahrenheit to Celsius. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's 63 degrees Fahrenheit. No wonder I'm freezing and dying of the cold. And that's 17 Celsius. So I woke up this morning thinking I was dying of cold at 17 Celsius. So I will not be taking my children 2 hours away in snowstorms. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Man. Let's see. Sarah with an H says supposed to be bad winter, too. Yeah. In fact, I did see some snow, like some people putting up videos about snow in North Carolina already. I don't know if y'all have gotten any snow, Sarah. I know you're in North Carolina, but I'm like, damn, people are already getting snow up there. As I said that, I just read further down. Like, all I have to do is just read for a second. And you said we just had your first frost over the weekend. Laura Luke, today I had a visit from my girlfriend in heaven. She lets me know she's around by leaving me coins. Aw. On my way to get my MRI and CAT scan, I looked down and found 2 dimes on the carpet. I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. That's a thing. That's a full-on thing. And I noticed that happens, like, it's super common for people's loved ones to send coins. So I'm not even shocked that your girlfriend is sending coins. That's a thing. Insects, coins, you know, like how people talk about, you know, oh, ladybugs, my dad'll do. Butterflies, some other people, you know, will say butterflies. Coins, I've heard. I've also heard like needle and thread or things like that. You know, these things don't just materialize. Unless you're run by a household full of cats that, you know, disappear things and reappear things all the time. But otherwise, my gosh. And Beth says, we aren't built for snow. Everything shuts down. Yes, we own too much bread in our nose will freeze off. Yes, we're not built for snow, and to our credit here in the South, especially in South Carolina, we don't even really have snow plows like that. Like people up north have, you know, the salt machines and the plows and all this kind of stuff. So they have the infrastructure built so that they can manage these things, and they have the cars with the right kind of tires and, you know, all that kind of stuff. We just don't have those things. So quite literally, even when there are people from the north who are used to snow that come down here to live in the South, they will say, I stay off the roads because it's not safe here. Even if I know how to drive in this, it's not safe because the roads aren't plowed. The ice isn't salted. You know, other people are nervous and don't know how to drive, and so you have to watch out for all of them too, and all this other kind of stuff. So even people from the north down here will say, yeah, I see why y'all shut things down. You just don't have what you need to make it safe down here, because it just doesn't happen very often. So why would we have that stuff? Yeah. Oh my gosh, Emily says, I was in the ditch and my dad and brother had to pull me out with his Jeep. It was embarrassing, but kind of funny. I'm glad that you had them and that they had the ability to do that, because, oh Lord. Monsieur Panzer, you rocking them plastic lemon trees? Flipping cool, yo. Yes, my plastic lemon trees. If I could keep plants alive, I would have real plants in this house. I have one real plant in this house. It doesn't flower anymore, ever. But technically, there are still green leaves on it. So technically, it is still alive. Everything else, I just, unfortunately, I do great with keeping people and animals alive. But somehow, plants, I think I overmother them. I think I mommy them too much. And they pass on. So I got my plastic ones back here. Represent. CC Creates. Hello, hello. You said, here in the desert, I still have my AC on. I understand. I would too. Sarah the Nate says, no snow here, though. It did get down to 27, but I'm sure there's snow in the mountains. Indeed. Rin Hagar said, I need to go back and see if you did a reading on the 4 Idaho students who were killed. The anniversary was yesterday. The YouTube creator who walked me through the case passed away the day before? What? Who was that? That's crazy. Who was that passed away? You're saying a YouTuber did? That they passed? My Lord. I did do a video on the Idaho 4. I think it was with a focus on people's questions about Brian Koberger. So I do have a video of that. I don't know when it was. I'm assuming not this year, probably. I'm assuming it was back when it was, first coming on the news. Hydrate. Krista Marie's grandfather sent her dimes too. Is it Monsieur Panzer? Panzer? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Excuse me if I don't do French. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I tried. But you said, my grandfather sends me coins too, but he's alive and a cheap bastard. Interesting. Let's see. Sarah with an H. We have brine trucks, and I refuse to drive in snow here because of other people driving and not being familiar with driving in snow. Yep, I hear that a lot. Krista Marie says that we sand the bridges and intersections in Charleston. That's good to know. Tommy Jude. I don't recognize the name. Aww. Well, rest in peace, Tommy. My goodness. Sexy Kitten, hello. And thank you, Gene XO, for all the mod things. All right, y'all. So we have been talking for almost an hour, which is nuts. We haven't done any mini readings today. It seems like today was a little bit more of a low-key, chill type of day that everybody has had quite a week and they just needed to hang back and rest for a moment. So that is perfectly fine. What I am thinking, y'all tell me what y'all think about this, because it was a, oh my gosh, I need to rest kind of a thing. How about we do a brief little mini read on the energy of the weekend, just so we can kind of see what we need to know about the energy of the weekend, just very briefly. And then we do the giveaway that we always do. And that way we'll start wrapping it up shortly after that, so that the live stream won't be too long for, the replay crowd. I've had a lot of really long live streams here lately, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours and stuff like that, which is fine, but it does give the replay crowd quite a lot to have to chew and swallow. And so maybe if we do, like Heather Marie said, a weekend forecast, little mini read, and then our giveaway before we kind of close things down for the day, if folks like that. I see Sarah with an H saying like that. Let's see. And you also said the roads looking clean all winter is nice. I don't miss the dirty sand and salt everywhere. Touche. That says, nice to see you alive and thriving. Sending you prayers and peace, my old friend. Heading out. Ta-ta for now. Yes, big hugs to you, Beth. Always good to chat and catch up. And of course, you can hit me up anytime. You can message or text or whatever at any time. Always good to get to reconnect with you. And I thought of you too here recently, because tomorrow I'm going to my first ever Renaissance fair. I've been wanting to go to one my entire life and never thought that I had an option to for some reason. Never knew that any existed nearby for some reason, and now we found one in Charlotte for us to go tomorrow. So me and Alma's daughter Ivory Ray, and Julio will be going to Charlotte tomorrow for our first ever Renaissance fair, and I thought of you whenever I found that too. So yes. So, anywho, glad that you got to stop by and hang out. And I see Krista Marie doing a thumbs up. Rin Hinagar saying, love those festivals. Yay, I'm so glad. And then Beth is like, yes, they're fantastic. I'm glad you're going. Me too. I'll let you know how it goes. If it's cool and stuff, we'll have to, maybe we'll get to do one together one year or something like that. Maybe I'll get to do more dressing up. But anywho, may your nerddom flourish. Thank you. May yours as well. CC Create says you have to dress up for the Renaissance Fair. I all of it just kind of came up so fast for me. Happened so fast, and I wasn't prepared and all this kind of stuff. I have a dress that technically already kind of looks like it could fit the vibe. So I'm gonna wear that, but it's just a dress that I genuinely just already wear because it's part of my style. So, but let me see if I can find a picture of it CC creates, and then I'll do the mini reading for the weekend forecast. But let me back up through here. I know I sent it in a text to Alma. So let me find where I sent that shit. I hope it wasn't sent forever ago where I'm just going to be sitting here scrolling and scrolling for damn eternity trying to look for this shit. There's probably a better way to look this up, and I'm just a fuck with technology. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Surely it's had to be... Okay, I'm gonna find it a different way because I'm tired of scrolling through here. There's gotta be a better way for this. I will find it a different way. So, but yeah, it's literally a dress that I already own. I've had it for forever. It's not something that I bought specifically for any fairs or anything like that. It's just that it tends to give off that kind of impression. So, you know, it's the closest thing I currently own. But next time, like, I'm the type of person, I love a theme. I love a theme. So I will do things up. Halloween, I will do things up. If I used to do things up a lot. I just love having a theme. And so here, let me see if I pull up fucking shit. That ain't gonna work. All right. Let me see. We'll get it to focus. It already kind of has a bit of a vibe because it, like, you can do that chain, like a chain belt with it. And it's got that kind of length and flow to the bottom of it. So it can come off in that type of way. And there was one time that I wore it and I pulled my hair back, flat, which is a little less playful than what I had in that picture. If I pull my hair back, more like what it is right now, and which is less playful looking. And I had a different chain, belt on with this other one. Let me see. It's another chain belt. It's a gold chain belt that actually has like a tassel thing at the end. So it looks even extra kind of old. And let's see. Same dress though. Let me get the picture to... Come on, picture. You can do it. Come on. Fucking do it, camera. Okay. Well, you kind of can't tell with the lighting and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm trying. But the chain belt, if I put it closer, does it make it better? A little. Okay. It doesn't, it wants to go in and out of focus. I'm sorry. I don't know how to make it act right. But either way, the chain belt, I'll zoom in on the chain belt and maybe it'll focus for a second. Has that tassel on the end. So that kind of makes it look old school. And when I pull my hair back, I look a little bit more stern. Fucking shit. And then that looks old school because it looks very classic. So there's something about that kind of feels low-key medieval movie, So it's not perfect. It's certainly not as good as someone who, goes out buying for real costumes for a Renaissance fair and stuff like that. But for having what I already own, these are things that I genuinely wear. I literally wore this dress recently to an aquarium because I just wear, this is just what I wear. And so I'm going to wear that to the Renaissance fair. That's my attempt. It's close enough, I think, to fit the vibe, even if it's technically not like dressing up for me. It's my literal, just normal, what I will wear this on any day, but it could fit the vibe. Aw, thank you, Ren Hinagari said, love your energy, B. I'm so weird with the energy stuff. Like, I'm like this a lot of the time. And then also, because I am fire can come out like this, where it's like animated. Oh, wow, excitement, creativity. But fire can also be like angry and burning and scorching. And you just have to ask my husband, like at night, I'll be watching TV and I will have already given all of my shits away during the day. And so at night, there's no more shits to give. There's no more fucks left. And so I'll be watching TV and every little thing will annoy me. And I will pop off and be like, bitch, you did, and like fighting with the TV over stupid stuff and just negative, all this whatever. And so negative and angry a lot at night at the TV or at dumb little annoyances or stuff like that. And so he laughs when I get mad because he thinks it's cute and funny, because that's what guys do sometimes for whatever reason, especially when it's like a bigger guy and a little girl. Then they think the little girl being angry is cute and funny. And I'm like, whatever. If it causes you to be more patient with my outbursts, then fine. But so I don't know if you'll like my energy as much if you were around me when I get like and get salty, but I don't know, maybe you would think it's funny like he does. Psh, I don't know. Get some elf ears to go with the dress. Hell, I'm built with elf ears. These shits are already out here. I know it's not the same as like having the true like lifted points, but like, most people's ears, if you look at them head on, are kind of like this, where you can barely see ear from them head on. Mine are like Dumbo flappers. So I almost already have them built in. And from the side, when people see me from the side, sometimes they're like, oh, you have an elf ear. And it's like, yeah, apparently. And maybe some fake flowers to put strewn in the hair. I bet I might have some. I don't know what I have. Denise says, love it. CC Create says, love it. That dress works. Yay. Susie Q926, hello. Aw, GeneXO says it looks very elegant. Well, thank you. Krista Marie says, a pair of boots and then mud. Stick some flowers or a necklace in your hair and you're all set. So, let me write down boots and let me write down mud, because I do have a pair of flat boots that I haven't worn in years and years, but I'm pretty sure I still own them. I hope I haven't given them away to Goodwill yet. I don't know. I'll have to look. But thanks for giving me the heads up about mud. So you said flowers or a necklace in your hair and you're all set. This reminds me. So, okay, I'm sorry I thought we were going to like literally just go straight into a weekend forecast reading and then do the giveaway and then end the stream. But then I just had to mention this, and then now we're on to things. My literal profile picture for my teams. So you know how when I do private sessions, people have to contact me on Teams, and we do our private sessions through Teams. My literal profile picture on Teams is me wearing a pajama shirt. You know those little silk pajama shirts or whatever? They look like button-up collared shirts or whatever, but they're just silk shirts for PJs. I was literally wearing my pajama shirts, but I found a headband and matching earrings. And when I wore that with my pajama shirt, it felt queenly to me. It felt regal and queenly, like medieval queenly. And I was like, oh, well, hell, that's cool. And so I put it as my profile picture on my Teams account, because I was like, I mostly look like this, I guess. I don't think I'm, catfishing anybody here. So let me see, how do I bring the cards back up? So let's see if we can get it to go. It looked really queenly. And I'm like, I could wear that headband and those earrings with the dress and that tassel belt that I already showed you. So that dress, that tassel belt, my hair pulled back just like it is in this picture, headband and earrings, just like I have it here. And that looks pretty queenly. I mean, I know this is a good looking version of me. Like, I don't look like this right now because I don't have makeup on right now, and I did in this picture. And see, I got the elf ears going on naturally because I just got some Dumbo Take Flight ears. I get that from my daddy. Daddy had Dumbo ears as well. So, but yeah, I can do that with it. And that would also kind of suit the brief. That would also suit the brief, I think. Let me see if I can find that picture I had of me and Daddy went. Yeah, I'm going to bring it back up. Fucking shit. My ears as a kid and my daddy's, I know it's going to take a while for me to figure out how to get this the right way and to get it to focus. There we go. Me and my ears, Daddy and his ears, both as kids. That's where it comes from. That's where it comes from. But, yeah. Let's see. So thank you for that. You just reminded me that I'm gonna do that. So Krista Marie, thank you for the boots memo so that I can be going through mud. And matter of fact, my dress is kind of a floor skimming dress, so I might have to pull it up. Either that or just let the bottom of it get muddy, which is very true to how people would have done in the times. They let their dresses get muddy, and then they let the mud dry, and they switched it off and shit like that. So, yeah, fuck it. I can do that. I can be a messy bitch. GeneXO said, just pick up a Halloween cape, and you're set for the Renfest. My sister bought a cape, and she bought a cake. I guess I'm I guess I got cake on my mind. Cape for her daughter too, and she said if Ivy doesn't wear her cape, then I can use her cape, and it's a similar blue color as my dress, so I might. Server with an H says fire signs are passionate. Yes. Ren Hennigar says I'm Aries myself. I understand you. we get it. We get it. Gene XO 222. That's cool. So all of y'all in Central Time, and it's 222. Chris Marie says, if you don't have a cape, pin a shawl on. Put the pin towards the shoulder. So, because Ivy Ray does have a cape, but I'm trying to think, do I have a shawl? I have like such a specific style that I just have like those same types of elements in fucking every color you can imagine. But then when it comes to anything else outside of the style, I don't really like. Let me just show you just a couple pictures of outfit photos that I've had, and you'll be like, wow, okay, yeah, we can tell what your go-to is. So like, damn it, I'm sorry, it's hard to try to get it to focus and know how to get it in the middle. All right, come on, camera. Please try to focus. Let me put my cup under here, see if that stabilizes it and helps. Did it? It didn't. You bitch. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss at the AI. Anyway, I can't get it to focus. I'm not. This is ridiculous. Okay, blurry. You can tell what the style is. Oh, look, we have trousers and blouses in various colors. Oh, shit. Trousers and blouses in various colors again? Oh, well, would you look at that? Trousers and blouses in various colors, including that shirt right here on the far right that I'm wearing currently right now. And would you look at that? Trousers and blouses in similar colors. You know, it's just, that one was actually skirts. I actually had one picture of skirts. Once again, I take outfit photos because it's a part of my like little personal style play. I just do a lot of playing around with personal style, but it's like, I know they're blurry. I know the pictures are blurry. I'm sorry. I don't know why it won't focus on these. It focused on the other stuff. But yeah, oh wow, trousers and blouses in different colors. There's a couple skirts, but some trousers, and more trousers and blouses in different colors. So I just, oh shit, wrong one. There we go. So I don't think I have a shawl because a shawl. Yeah, I don't think I have a shawl. Oh man. Heather Murray says, being an Aries / Sag and being 4'11", I understand being the angry little girl. I get it, Heather. We understand each other. Carry a basket for a purse. Knowing me, I would get super tired of just holding something. I have a book bag that I wear as a purse. Like, I literally don't even own a purse. I just have book bags, and I wear book bags, so I don't even have to wear purses. I'm pitiful. Let's see. Y'all have all these little creative ideas. It's so cute. I love this. Jessica Lynn, hello. As I start hacking myself to death because I wasn't hydrating. Oh, shawls? Walmart had them on clearance for $2.50 the other day. Well, damn. Rin Hennigar says, you're good to go. Have fun. Hopefully no mud. I know. What I'll do, I'll need to try to take a picture or something like that of everything when it's all said and done so that I can show y'all, like, okay, here's the obligatory picture. I tried to dress up with things that I already own and I already wear and didn't buy anything special for this. This is how it came out. And that way y'all can see, that I was able to try to fit the brief creatively with what I already owned. And in the future, I'll be able to like buy a specific outfit to do, a specific outfit for, a future Ren Fair. So, you can always tuck the hem into your belt if it's muddy. Interesting. I love that I'm getting tips from Ren Fair veterans. This is fun. Thank you, Sarah with an H. You said jewel tones are really great on you. I did the whole seasonal color analysis to find out my thing, and technically I wear basically every color there is, but I try to keep colors within my color season by my face. I mostly, so I'd say 90% of the time, the colors by my face are going to be in my color season, which I'm a true winter, not a cool winter, a true winter. The people that did it, that draped me said, like, I am equally, bright winter, cool winter, and deep winter, that I am equally all of those things. So I am just a true winter, in color season. And so I try to wear those colors by my face, and then anything below my face, pants and skirts and all the whatever, I will wear basically any color under the sun. It don't matter to me because it's not by my face, so it works out just fine. But yeah, jewel tones I like. I'm gonna try to find an example of something where it's like you have no business wearing that anywhere close to your face, so you put it by your pants. So here we go again, and it's probably not gonna. I hope it actually tries its best to get clear. That's kind of clear, but that's like a chartreuse pair of pants, which is in no way, shape, or form in my color season, but that's a forest green top, which most certainly is a jewel tone in my color season. It won't get clear. To hell with this camera. But anyway, you get the point. I can't get the camera to work. So, anywho. Well, actually, let's leave the cards up and move this microphone right here, so that I will shut up and do our weekend forecast. Yeah, we transitioned there. You see that. So, And Sarah Lynn H says that I could hitch up the truss a bit with some safety pins for an irregular hemline. That's true too. I do have a lot of safety pins. The festival, I don't have a link. However, apparently I could find the link, but the tickets are already sold out for this day, for tomorrow. That apparently they... and I don't know, because like I said, this is the first time I've ever been to any Ren Fair, much less this one. But apparently they sell the tickets in advance for each particular day because they make sure that they have enough parking spaces for the amount of tickets. And so then once they say, okay, we're going to exceed the amount of parking spaces we have to cut off the tickets for that date and mark it as sold out. So tomorrow is sold out. So much so that Alma and her daughter has tickets, me and my husband have tickets, and then we didn't even get a ticket for my sister's husband because he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get somebody to take over instructing his class on that day, and so he waited, and then by the time he realized, oh shit, I need to get tickets, the tickets were closed down for him to come, and he was like, well, but I could ride with y'all, we don't even need extra parking. But I think it's like those are just the rules, and so even my brother-in-law will not be joining us. Even Alma's husband cannot go tomorrow because of the ticket sales. So I could give you the link, but it wouldn't matter. But it was called, just in case, for like future events and stuff, because it's in right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, Carolina Renaissance Festival. So if you are in the Carolinas here, North or South Carolina, and you want to look into a Ren Fair in the Charlotte area, then Carolina Renaissance Festival, apparently they do it every fall. And I did not know. I found out this year. So, yeah. I hope I will be able to go again next year. I guess if I have a good time this year, then I'll say I hope I can go again next year. I don't know if I'm even going to have a good time. I just assume I would because it sounds fun to me. But yeah. Emily Volduck says, I'd love to go to one if there was one around me. I'm going to have to start looking. Exactly. I just thought that there was I was like, there's no such thing as that around here. This podunk town that I live in, they don't have shit like that. And it's true, they don't. But I just never thought like, you can drive an hour and a half and just do a day trip and have fun with one and then just drive back. Like, that's not a big thing. Like, I'm used to having to drive, over an hour and stuff to go to fun places because that's what happens when you live in a rural area. You drive to the cities to do the fun stuff and then you come back home. And so I was like, oh shit, I could have done that, So I looked it up and found that this year and I was like, I'm going to do it. So this was my first time. It's the first time. So, Blake Tisdale, hello. Well, thank you, Jessica Lynn. I hope I will have a great time. We've talked about a bunch of stuff. We haven't done any readings yet. I'm literally only going to do one little mini read right now, which is to look at the weekend forecast. We've just talked for literally an hour and 15 minutes. We've just been having fun, hanging out, running our mouths, talking about all kinds of different stuff. There's been some funny parts, some heavy parts, and everywhere in between. So it's just been one big hangout today. One big hangout. But today we figured, well, before we do the giveaway, which is coming up right after this, that we will do a quick little mini reading on the forecast for this weekend, because everybody's kind of like, whoa, it has been a week, and so we're like, well, then what does the weekend hold for us? What's the weekend forecast that, that we can know, that we should know, that we need to know? What are we looking out for this weekend? So this is what we're seeing here, and let's see. Angels, archangels, light beings surrounding me now. Spirit of Gaia and my higher self, please assist me in the sacred co-creative process of pulling cards for the highest good of all sentient kind. Please allow us to pull the most accurate cards and to read them in the most accurate ways for the highest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Please protect me, and please help me to vibrate higher, 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 and higher as my Initial camera goes out. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to be doing this. So I guess it's fine that the big camera just went out, because I was like, literally, I need to just do the reading, do the giveaway, and call it a day. Apparently my camera thought so too. My camera was like, yeah, never mind. It overheated and it turned off. So sorry about that. Lord. The things that happen sometimes. So let's see. For this weekend. Forecast for this weekend. What can we know? Shoo, swords, big swords cards, and then this. So, this weekend, this is not the prettiest set of cards, but it is also actually not the worst considering how it looks. It looks a lot scarier than I think it is. So, with the weekend, it's saying that, like we've already said, we have felt this week like, whew, it is a week. I'm over it. I'm tired. It's been a lot. There's been a lot to juggle. We've all gone through a lot this weekend. And this is a card that sometimes comes up as when we're kind of feeling like a victim card. It doesn't mean that we have to relate to calling ourselves a victim. But you know, when you're in that kind of mode, you're a little bit like, ugh, you know, woe is me. Everything's tough. I'm pitying myself right now. I'm feeling kind of stuck. I'm feeling kind of like my hands are tied and I can't get out, and you know, you're kind of in a little bit of one of those like whiny moods for yourself, and that's okay. We all get like that sometimes. We can't help it but to feel like that when we're tired and we feel a little bit defeated, you know, and it's just been hard and we're just kind of like, you know. So that's this card coming up. It's saying we get that the week has been like that, and so the weekend we're still going to be feeling that energy, like, because we've already been soaking in it in that week. The issue with that here is that we're going to be getting in our own ways with this. This is a card that can sometimes, in this reverse position, indicate a little bit of self-sabotage. Like, if we maintain this attitude, which again, it's fair for us to acknowledge that it's been a hard week and that we're like, oh my gosh, you know, and all of that. But if we maintain that attitude to the point where we're like, nothing good can happen because I'm tired, and nothing good's gonna happen because the society is shit, and nothing's good gonna happen because the world is turned to crap, and it's like, well, if you want to see bad in everything, you will see bad in everything, you know. And so it's kind of giving off of this, like, we may, if we're not careful, allow this attitude to run our weekend. And if we do that, then we will be kind of getting in our own way, and it'll be a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, well, if you think your weekend is going to suck because the week was really hard, then guess what? You will manifest it that way. It will suck then because your mindset says it will. And this is kind of a card that's being like, yeah, we feel locked out. We feel like we're these people out here and we want to be in there, and woe is us over here that, you know, we don't get to be in the batch of the people who are having it good and having it easy and all this kind of stuff. We're having it hard. We're having it worse, blah, 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 blah. And they're just saying that this weekend, it's our challenge for ourselves is to monitor our mindset around that. That it's perfectly valid for us to acknowledge how heavy the week has been, how hard the week has been, and for us to say, okay, you know, inner, like for me, inner Beatrice, inner child, inner, you know, little version of me, you've had a hard week. So what do you need right now on this weekend to feel a little bit better? What do you need right now on this weekend to feel a little bit of recovery, a little taste of recovery? What do you need from me right now to feel hopeful that things can and will get better? And this was just a rough week, but it can and will get better in the future. You know, what do you need from me? And just see what it comes up with. Like, okay, well, I need a little bit of a break. I'd like to take a walk with some fresh air. I'd like to, you know, sit on the couch and just rest for a little bit, maybe without having my phone, so that I don't feel like I have to respond to notifications and be present and do things. Like maybe I feel like I want to do something that helps me to laugh for a little bit or gives me just a little bit of fun, or I want to do something that makes me feel like, oh, that was restful. Like I want to be able to sleep in on at least one of the days this weekend, or, whatever, like stuff like that. When you ask those questions of yourself and just take a little moment to listen and then to give yourself some of those things that comes up so that it can help us pull out of this, I'm stuck, my hands are tied, I'm a victim of this shitty world and shitty society and these shitty circumstances that I can't do anything about. Instead, it's kind of like honoring the fact that it's been hard, asking what it needs to have a little bit of a reprieve, giving it that, and being like, okay, so that's good. Now we're lifting up a little bit. We're acknowledging, we're giving ourselves what we need, meeting our own needs. And that shows we're not actually stuck and we are in control of some things. And there are things that we can do to feel better or have a better circumstance or have a better, hour today, or a better, Saturday on the weekend, or a better Sunday on the weekend, or a better time with, friends, or whatever, that it doesn't have to be us projecting something negative and getting stuck in that. And so this weekend really looks like they're saying, if you want it to go this way, then by all means, let the mean critical mind take over, and you can have yourself a difficult and shitty weekend, just like you had a difficult and shitty week. But if you don't want to have that, then here are some options that we can take to try to round out this week in a better way and give ourselves a little bit of a better experience and, show ourselves that there's hope that we can do some things to improve how we feel and improve our little circumstances. So I think that this is, for me, helpful because I know I am someone that gets stuck in my own head all the time. I am never quieting down that loop that just talks and talks and talks and talks. I mean, y'all see, I talk constantly here already. In my head, it's even worse, if you can imagine. And so this can help me to be more consciously aware of my internal dialogue so that I don't necessarily create a worse weekend for myself than I need to. Y'all know me, I am not one for toxic positivity. I don't think we should ignore negative stuff for the sake of only think positive. But this is kind of like them saying, acknowledge the quote unquote negative, meet its needs, and then thank it and shift into some more positive thinking so that you can, acknowledge this and move out from it. It's like lifting an anchor in the water so that you can float up. So anyway, I think that's a very relevant thing for right now. So I'm glad that we did do this. I see Sarah with an H saying, I think I'm going to do a media free weekend. This is inspiring me to. I think that sounds like an amazing idea if you're able to do that. You said self-compassion, a little kindness, totally good idea here. Emily Voldock says, where's the card that says we're going to get the best nap ever? You know what? We need a card for that in the tarot. The closest one, I would say, is an upright 4 of Swords. Let me find. It obviously didn't come out for us in this reading. I'm sorry. But that one would be the most likely to me, seeing that to be like, maybe the energy is right for the best frickin' rest and nap and just recouping ever. And the thing is, just because this didn't come up in a 3-card draw doesn't mean we can't create this for ourselves if we want to. So if we need the best nap ever, there might be a way, just maybe, to find a way to prioritize that as being our weekend goal and seeing how we can build that in for ourselves. So, You know, it might still be an option on the table for you, Emily. It might just. Let's see. Seraphine says, I started a readathon this month. It's really great to just take a step back from everything and read a book that I enjoy. That is beautiful. I love that idea. A readathon. You know, great ideas, y'all. Damn. Great ideas. All right, y'all. Let me see if I can try to turn my camera off and on again, if it will turn on just long enough to do the giveaway. And if not, then we'll just do the giveaway with my hands like this. It is telling me I need to shush and we need to wrap it up. But let me see if I can get my camera working just long enough for a giveaway. We'll see if it being blacked out like this gave it just enough time to slow down on its overheat and maybe gain just a few minutes. So let's just see. Fingers crossed. Okay, I don't know how much time I have before it decides it's gonna overheat again. So I'm gonna go direct. Thinking I'm doing this too fast, then next time we will be able to slow down and you might be able to win the giveaway or go through the instructions next time. But for right now, I'm going to click send 5 now. Let's see who YouTube chooses to win a free month in the Perk Squad. So let's see. YouTube has chosen. Congratulations to Elizabeth Ellis, Barpo, Oceana Song, Becca Rebel, and Sky Rose. So congratulations to all 5 of you. You now have an entire month free of the Perk Squad. Enjoy it. Do all of the weekly forecasts, all of the extended videos, all the emojis and Penelope eyeballs and all the fun stuff. So congratulations to the 5 of y'all. Congratulations, Elizabeth Ellis, Barpo, Oceana Song, Becca Rebel, and Sky Rose. And welcome to the Perk Squad for an entire month for free. So yay! I'm sorry for having to rush this. I just think that the camera might black out at any moment. I won't know if it's going to overheat again and cut off on me. So I'm just trying to rush a little bit there. I don't usually rush, but I kind of feel like I need to right now. So we will do this again on the next live stream. Let me pull up when the next live stream is. We continue to do 5 new winners every live stream, and the next one is Tuesday, November 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern. So, Tuesday, November 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 days before Americans celebrate Thanksgiving for those who do. So we will do this again. We will pick another 5 winners, and maybe we'll have more time to kind of explain and describe about it next time. And so hopefully we'll get to see all of y'all there. I have it in my calendars every time it comes up. If it makes it easier for y'all to put notifications in your calendars so it reminds you, then go ahead and do that as well. And so thank y'all for letting me rush this last little bit. I'm just nervous that the camera's gonna black out and cut me off again like it did earlier. And so appreciate your patience and your understanding, your compassion, all of those good things. I've had a great time here with y'all today. And I reckon I'll see you on the next video, and then I will also see y'all here live together on Tuesday, November 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, GeneXO, for writing all of the things in the chat for everybody and always doing the mod stuff. I don't understand how you're so good at this, but I appreciate it greatly. And yes, thank y'all for hanging out. Big hugs to all of y'all. Y'all know I love you, mean it. And now the replay crowd only has to watch about an hour and a half of all our crazy shenanigans today to get the replay. So, anywho, y'all know what we're going to say. Don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, let me mean it. I love you, man.